Hey everybody, what's up? This is Seth with SethPerler.com, and I'm glad you're here. Today I want to take a quick look at school culture. What makes an awesome school culture? I am in a lot of schools for a lot of IEP, 504, RTI meetings, all kinds of things. So I get to a lot of different schools. I get to see and feel a lot of different school cultures. And the second you walk into a school, you can feel the culture. Today, I went to an IEP meeting and walked out of there, and I was so impressed. I love it when I walk out of these meetings and I just feel so, God, I just appreciate teachers so much in the schools and the school culture. And I do think that 99% of the time, school culture is a top-down thing, unfortunately, where the principal really tends to set the tone for the culture. Tends to. And in this case, it was just a great principal who really provided a great environment where teachers could feel like they can be their best, which is what teachers want to do. They want to be empowered. They want to feel like they can really shine, and they want to serve kids. So, and of course, as you know, teachers often will get burnt out. In fact, over 50% of all teachers quit by year 5. That's an extraordinarily high percentage of people getting burned out and leaving the profession that we need in there to serve our kids. So anyhow, I'm going to talk a little bit about school culture and some of the things that I see in schools that schools are doing right to make the school culture a positive, awesome place. So first of all, I see there's sort of these 3 basic different vibes that the culture tends to provide. First of all, they can have this happy vibe where people, you can tell that the teachers feel happy, at peace, safe. They feel like they belong. They're a part of this place. Then you can see these other schools where people seem to feel very overwhelmed and suffocated. They feel like they're being watched too much, monitored too much. It's too stringent, too tight, too much, too restrictive, and they just feel like there's a lot of pressure. You can see that. And then there is the other type where people feel like they've been thrown to the sharks, they're let go, they're abandoned, they're neglected. It's just like, go do your job. You may not have the resources, the time, the money, whatever, to be the teacher you want to be, but go figure it out. So there's sort of these 3. The one that's very healthy, one that can feel very stifling and suffocating and tight and rigid, and one that feels too loose and let go and like you're not even noticed. Okay, so these are the 3 basics that I see. Now, some of the things that I see at schools that have a great culture, again, right when I walk into a school, I can feel what the culture is like. And you can tell there are some schools that really put kids first. That means that the teachers are free to have real conversations. They don't have to just follow the rules. They can say, wait, this rule doesn't fit this kid, or this rule doesn't fit my class in this case. And they're able to openly express that. They're able to think for themselves and think what is best for this kid, not just follow the rules with blinders on and say, okay, this is how we do it, this is how we've always done it, so this is the way I will do it. They're able to question the rules and think to put the kids first. Also, a great school culture is a place that really holds a space for people. And the rest of this is going to talk a lot about how we hold a space. But it holds a space where people can feel safe, where people can feel like they can shine, where people can feel like they can serve kids, and where kids feel like they can shine and they can grow. How do we do that? Well, in order to hold a space, people have to feel emotionally safe. The teachers must feel emotionally safe. Like they can be who they are. They can use their strengths to serve kids. They can say what they think. They are safe. They're not going to be shunned. They're not going to be put down. They're not going to be stifled by administration. People will empower them to feel safe. Now, when the teachers and the staff feel safe, emotionally safe, guess what? The kids then feel more emotionally safe. The teachers can then hold a space for the kids to feel safe, like they can be themselves and express. There needs to be space held where people can feel heard. That's supposed to be a diagram of the human ear. I know you're impressed. I know. I've been working on that one, that diagram there. Okay, so people need to feel heard. They need to feel like it's important to be heard. They need to feel like the administration will listen to them, not criticize them, not try to make them conform, but that they will actually listen and hear, and that they care about what people say. So they have to hold a space so that people feel emotionally safe and that they can feel like they're heard. These healthy cultures also are places where the teachers are happy and they're having fun. You see the staff laugh together, talk together, support each other. There are some schools I walk into and there's such a seriousness about the staff and just this grippiness. You can walk into a school and see it. Go ahead and walk into a couple schools and notice if you see people just kind of like they're uncomfortable. When the staff looks uncomfortable, how do you think the kids feel? But when the teachers are having fun and they're happy and they feel like they're in, again, using the word, a place where they belong, where they matter, where they're heard, where they're emotionally safe, these happy people, they can really help the kids feel happier and help the kids have more fun. They're able to question old systems. In a great school culture, again, people can feel heard. They feel like they can speak. They can question the old systems. For example, letter grades. Teachers can talk openly about whether or not they even agree with letter grades, or should they have portfolio systems, or should they use rubrics, or none of the above. Should they develop a new system that meets the needs of the kids? They can actually have these discussions. They can talk about standardized tests and the opt-out movements, and they can openly talk about how they feel about standardized tests and how it's affecting them and how it's affecting the kids. A lot of schools, people don't feel safe to talk about the old systems. They just feel like, okay, this is the way it is. I can't question it. I just have to comply with the way the situation is, regardless of how my heart feels about this stuff. So you want people to be able to question and have dialogue in these school cultures. They're free. I'm going to do that one last. Schools that where it really has that feel of safety and holding space and people are happy, there's also a clarity about the school culture. People know what the mission is. I've been in several schools that don't even know what their mission is. And one of the first things that I do when I'm researching a school for a family that I work with is I look up the school mission. Last week, I actually called a school because I was looking at some parents were trying to decide what school to send their child to. And I asked about the mission, and the person on the phone wasn't even aware of the webpage I was talking about that said the mission. I was baffled. How can this person not even know what the mission is? But the sad thing is that this is not uncommon. Schools often staff often doesn't even know what the mission is. The principal, the administration, the leadership doesn't talk about the mission. It's not really important. They're so concerned about scores and data and testing and looking good and getting budget things and whatever their minds are consumed with, they're not consumed with. They lose sight of this is how this school decided to serve kids based on these principles, and that they kind of forget about it. So, but the schools that are really strong, there's clarity. People seem to be on the same page. Whether or not they can even articulate the mission perfectly, there's a vibe where you can tell people are on the same page. The culture is established. That safety is there. Finally, in these places where people are happy, they're having fun, there is space held for people to be free, to be who they are, to shine, to bring their best, to serve kids. There is a culture of praise. The teachers are praising the kids. The parents are praising the teachers. The teachers are praising the parents. They feel like they're on the same team. Consequently, in schools where the culture is not good, there's like this budding, like parents and teachers don't feel like they're on the same team. But when I go into schools that are really healthy, like you can tell people feel like they're on the same team. The principals are openly praising teachers. I'm not talking about fluff. I'm talking about people who are noticing the hard work, the heart, the effort that goes into what it takes to educate our kids. People are praising. People are complimenting. People are noticing the positive. Energy is taken to focus on what's good, what's growth, what's positive in these places. So anyhow, that's part of my spiel on what creates a great school culture. This is not scientific or anything. These are just things that I see a lot and some things I really wanted to share because to me, it's not rocket science. I think the leadership has to lead, not manage, but lead. And when the leadership leads and provides a safe place for people to grow and serve kids, then people can really have an awesome culture. I hope you have an awesome week. I will see you soon. And if you like what I'm doing, please subscribe right here in the YouTube channel. And if you like this video, please share it with somebody you care about. Be well.